Your dreams are bleeding out. The world says you're finished, but your soul screams rise. Who do you trust? It's 4 a.m. in Phoenix, and you're in your garage staring at a cracked phone screen, $0 in your account. Your job's gone. Your hope's fading. The man you see in the mirror looks like he's lost his fight, but there's a spark in your chest, a growl in your gut that says, this isn't over. A blessing's coming so big, so divine, it'll make your heart explode. It's undeniably God. But here's the real question. Will you be ready to carry its weight? If something in these words lights a fire in you, don't let it burn out. Hit that like button. Drop your truth in the comments and subscribe to SoulFuel for the kind of motivation that doesn't fade. Let's rise together. Let's begin. Napoleon Hill said, "Your mind is the architect of your destiny. Right now it's a war zone. Fears firing shots. Doubts laying traps. You're 35, maybe 47, standing on a Baltimore rooftop, city lights flickering heart-heavy. Life's been brutal: layoffs in Denver, a custody battle in Miami, a startup in Boise that burned to ash. You're down, but you're not out. God's forging a blessing so massive it'll rewrite your name in the stars. But it's not for the weak, it's for the warriors. The question isn't if it's coming, it's whether you'll be forged enough to hold it. Picture this. It's 5 a.m. in Nashville. The air's thick, your breath sharp. You're tying your boots, muscles aching, mind racing. Why are you up? Because you're done letting life kick you in the teeth. You're done with excuses. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic king, said, "The mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting." Your obstacle, your debt, your pain, your failures is your fuel. Your mind's your weapon. Your faith's your shield. Right now you're choosing to fight. That's the first step to being ready for God's blessing. That's the ember that sparks the inferno. What's chaining you? The voice saying you're too old, too broke, too scarred. That's not God. That's a lie, and it's holding you hostage. You're in St. Louis staring at a foreclosure notice, $15,000 owed. Your kids need you. Your heart's breaking. You feel like you're sinking. But Napoleon Hill taught us every failure carries with it the seed of an equivalent success. That seed's in you. It's buried under the rubble of your regrets. Dig it out, feed it with faith, ignite it with action. God's blessing is waiting, but it demands a man carved from grit. Are you ready? Let's talk faith, not the polite church pew kind, the raw, fist-clenched roar in the dark kind, the kind that keeps you praying at 3 a.m. in Cleveland when your world's collapsing. David Goggins says, "Your mind's a liar, but your soul knows the truth." Your mind's lying now, isn't it? Saying the dream's dead, the job's gone, the future's bleak. Shut it up. Faith isn't wishing for a break. It's acting like it's already yours. It's you in Raleigh drafting a business plan with $0 in the bank. It's you in San Antonio praying with fire, trusting God's got to move. That's how you prepare. Why does God make you wait? Because blessings aren't handouts. They're heavy with glory. Picture a man in Omaha, 43, ex-trucker. His hauling company folded. He's couch-surfing pride in tatters. But he's up at 4 a.m. mowing lawns for $10 a pop. Doors slam in his face, but he keeps knocking. Why faith? He trusts God's clock. One day a client offers a contract, landscaping, $30,000. It's not chance. It's divine. He was ready because he stayed faithful. That's your mission. Stay faithful. The blessing's coming, but it's for the forged, not the fragile. Let's get real. You're terrified, aren't you? Terrified you're not enough. Terrified the blessing's a myth. You're in Louisville staring at a stack of rejection emails. Your hands shake, but your pulse is strong. That's enough. Stoic wisdom says, own what you control. You can't control the market crashing. You can't control the haters laughing. But you control your hustle, your faith, your fire. Get up at 5 a.m., hit the streets in Memphis, sweat, plan, pray. Every step's a signal to heaven, I'm ready. God's not after your perfection. He's after your persistence. Prove you're all in. Napoleon Hill said, faith is the eternal elixir that gives life to dreams. Your faith's been battered, hasn't it? You've prayed for a door to open, but it's still locked. You've worked, but the wins aren't coming. You're in Jacksonville, 41, single dad scraping by. Your daughter's eyes keep you going, but you're scared you'll fail her. Every late shift, every whispered prayer, every moment you choose faith over despair, it's building you. God's blessing isn't just a prize, it's a mantle. It demands a man who's walked through hell and come out stronger. Be that man. Picture this. Dawn in Sacramento. A man 36 stands in his kitchen staring at a vision board. He's lost his sales job, his savings, everything. But he scrawled one word: impact. He starts small, coaching teens free at a community center. He's up at 4 a.m. planning drills, praying. Rejections come, but he keeps teaching. One day a school calls. A job youth mentor, $25,000. It's not random, it's God. He was ready because he didn't fold. He trusted. He fought. That's your story waiting to break through. The blessing's close, but it's for the faithful. Are you ready? What does ready mean? It means discipline. Not the TikTok kind, real bone-deep discipline. It's you in Pittsburgh, 6 a.m., sprinting hills in the fog. Your lungs scream, but your spirit sings. It's you in Miami, skipping happy hour to read Hill's success through a positive mental attitude. It's you in Birmingham, praying when your world's crumbling. Discipline's not a flex, it's a vow. It's you telling God, I'm not just waiting, I'm forging. David Goggins says, stay savage. That's not a slogan, it's a battle cry. Stay savage when life's tame. Stay savage when doubt's loud. Stay savage when the blessing feels distant. That's how you get ready. Let's talk about the crucible. You're in it now. Debt's choking you. Your confidence is shot. You're in Kansas City staring at a resume that's gotten you nowhere. But the crucible's not your curse. It's your classroom. God's not breaking you. He's building you. Every no is sharpening your edge. Every closed door is redirecting your path. Every tear is watering your breakthrough. Psalm 23 says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Your valley's dark, but fear's a liar. The blessing's on the other side, and it's undeniably God. Why does the blessing demand readiness? Because it's not just yours. It's for your family, your city, your legacy. You're in Charlotte grinding for your kids. They see you rise at 4 a.m. pray hustle. They learn. Your blessing will ripple. It'll inspire your son in Atlanta to chase his fire. It'll show your wife in Houston that faith conquers. It'll tell strangers in Chicago that God moves. Napoleon Hill said, your thoughts are your magnets. Think defeat, you draw it. Think faith, you pull the divine. Think blessing, and you'll be ready when it crashes through. Let's talk surrender. Not quitting, surrendering control. You've been clawing at life, trying to force the puzzle together. You're in Seattle wrestling job apps, family drama, broken dreams. It's draining you dry. Let go. Trust. Stoics teach you to master what you can and release what you can't. You can't rewrite the past. You can't fix the economy. But you can shape your mind, your habits, your faith. Surrender the outcome to God, but never your effort. Work like it's your fight. Trust like it's His plan. That's where blessings ignite. Picture a man in Austin, 45, recovering gambler. He's lost his savings, his marriage, everything. But he's got a purpose: help others break free. He starts small, volunteering at recovery groups, 5 a.m. coffee bitter. He learns counseling, studies late, heart racing. He prays, God, make me ready. One day, a nonprofit offers a role addiction coach $30,000. A mission, a miracle. He was ready because he stayed faithful. That's your call. Stay faithful. The blessing's not just wealth or fame. It's peace. It's purpose. It's a testimony that screams God's power. What's your next move? Don't overthink. Act. Get up at 4 a.m. in Raleigh. Write your vision, one sentence clear as iron. I'm building a legacy of hope. I'm launching a venture that changes lives. Speak it. Live it. Then move. Run a mile. Send an email. Pray with fury. Every step's a stone in the path to your blessing. Napoleon Hill said, opportunity often comes disguised in the form of misfortune. Your misfortune, your pain, your loss is your disguise. Seize it. Show God you're ready. Show the world you're unstoppable. Let's end this part with a truth that'll shake you. Your pain's not your end, it's your anvil. Every scar, every failure, every sleepless night, it's forging a man worthy of God's blessing. You're not just fighting for a win, you're fighting for a story that'll spark fires, a testimony that'll wake souls, a legacy that'll echo forever. The blessing's coming, big, divine, undeniable. But it's not for the timid. It's for the titans, the faithful, the forged. Will you be ready when it lands? Keep fighting. The crucible's brutal, but the blessing's blazing. Will you break? Or will you build your lives in flames, but your soul's got steel? Which wins? It's 5 a.m. in Memphis and you're in a cramped apartment, sweat stinging your eyes, pacing the floor. Your bank account's at $0. Your job's a memory. The dreams you had at 30 feel like ghosts, but there's a pulse in your chest, a fire that won't die. That's God whispering, you're not done. A blessing's coming so massive, so divine, it'll make your knees hit the dirt. But it's not for the frail. It's for the disciplined. The ones who grind when it's hell. The ones who forge themselves in the dark. Napoleon Hill said discipline is the fuel of achievement, not talent, not luck. Discipline. Lock in. Get ready. The blessing's undeniably God. Discipline's not a hashtag. It's a hammer. It smashes excuses, fear, failure. Picture a man in Omaha 42 staring at a shutdown notice. His auto shop's gone 20 years dust. His buddies are at the diner griping, giving up. Not him. He's in his driveway, 4 a.m. wrench in hand, fixing neighbors' cars for $10 a pop. His back aches, but his heart's iron. Rejections come, clients flake, bills pile. But he keeps turning bolts. Why discipline? It's his rebellion. It's his vow to God, I'm ready. You want that blessing, then fight like him. Fight like it's your last breath. Why is it so brutal? Because your mind's a snake. It slithers toward comfort, begs for easy. At 6 a.m. in Milwaukee, your alarm's a war horn. Your body groans. Later it hisses. That's your inner coward talking. David Goggins calls it the quit switch. Flip it off. Hit the floor. Do 10 squats before your brain begs mercy. That's discipline. It's not about feeling pumped. It's about doing the work. Stoic master Seneca said, there is no easy way from the earth to the stars. Your stars, your blessing demand sweat. Stop dreaming. Start doing. Forge a mind ready for God's move. Let's talk pain. You're neck deep in it, aren't you? Debt's a noose. Your confidence is ash. You're in Albuquerque scrolling job sites, seeing unqualified like a slap. You feel invisible. But discipline turns shadows into titans. It's you saying, I'm still here. It's you in Raleigh 3 a.m. studying for a contractor's license while your kids sleep. Your eyes blur, but your soul's sharp. Every chapter you read, every note you scratch, it's a stone in your comeback's foundation. God's not judging your resume. He's weighing your resolve. Show him you're ready. Discipline starts small. You don't need a 5-year plan. You need one swing. Picture a man in Tulsa, 38, overweight, jobless. His wife's eyes scream doubt. He starts with a walk, 10 minutes, wheezing, joints creaking. Next day, 12. A month later, he's running. He ditches beer, reads Hill's The Law of Success by lamplight. He's not a legend yet, but he's moving. That's discipline. It's not loud. It's fierce. Small wins stack like firewood. They ignite momentum. And momentum. It's the flare that tells God this man's ready. Take one step now, another tomorrow. The blessing's loading. What's your cop-out? Too tired, too broke, too old. Torch those lies. Discipline doesn't care about your sob story. You're in Detroit, 45, single dad pulling double shifts. Your bones ache for rest. But you're up at 5 a.m. praying, plotting, pushing. Why? Because your daughter's watching. Because God's watching. Because the blessing's chained to your grind. Napoleon Hill said persistence is to the character of man as carbon is to steel. Your persistence makes you steel. Your blessing, your job, your peace, your legacy demands it. No whining, just work, just discipline. Let's get real. Discipline needs a leash. Grab a notebook. Write 3 daily non-negotiables carved in stone. Maybe it's 20 minutes of reading in San Diego at dawn, or 5 cold calls for your hustle in Baltimore, or a 1-mile sprint in Boise rain or ice. Make them your blood. Say, this is me, not, this is what I might do. Stoics teach you to cage your impulses. When your phone buzzes with junk, trash it. When your couch begs for a nap, laugh at it. When fear says quit, spit in its face. That's how you build a mind ready for God's blessing. Picture this. A man in Louisville, 40, ex-con. 5 years behind bars. Nobody's hiring. He's on his brother's couch, pride in shreds. But he's got a spark. Start a youth program. He kicks off small mentoring kids at a rec center, 6 a.m. voice shaky. He learns grant writing, hands cramped, heart steady. He prays, God, I'm ready. One day a donor steps up $15,000. A space. A mission. That's discipline. That's faith. That's God saying you're built for this. The blessing hit because he didn't break. That's your map. Start small. Stay fierce. Heaven's moving. Why do men crumble? They chase the quick fix. The crypto scam. The viral glow up. But blessings don't play dirty. They're forged in the long haul. David Goggins ran ultramarathons with shattered bones puking his soul out. He didn't tap out. Your pain's not heavier. You're just tuned to the wrong station. Discipline means staying locked when nothing clicks. When your savings hit $0 in Phoenix. When your pitch tanks in Seattle. When your prayers feel like echoes. Keep hammering. The blessing's not a dash. It's a marathon. Outrun the doubt. Your circle's a war zone. You're in Kansas City drowning in skeptics. Your cousin calls your hustle a fantasy. Your coworkers smirk at your goals. Cut the dead weight. You're not here for their applause. Surround yourself with wolves. Find a mentor in Austin who's bled your path. Join a mastermind in Chicago. Crank Hill's Think and Grow Rich audiobook while you drive in Houston. Feed your mind with iron, not rust. Napoleon Hill said you become what you think about most. Your thoughts shape your blessing. Think big. Think faith. Think ready. What's discipline feel like? It's heavy. It's raw. It's you in a Tulsa basement 2 a.m. building a website for your startup. Your vision blurs, but you keep typing. It's you in Charlotte skipping game night to study coding. It's you in St. Louis running hills in a storm, lungs screaming. That weight, it's sacred. It's God's hand forging you. Every sacrifice, every dawn, every no to weakness, it's a pledge. It's you roaring, I'm ready for the blessing. Keep stacking bricks. Your monument's rising and the world will bow to it. Stoics say focus on the process, not the prize. You can't control the deal closing in Denver. You can control your prep. You can't control the loan clearing in Orlando. You can control your hustle. You can't control God's timing. You can control your faith. Discipline is showing up day after day, trusting the blessing will strike. And it will not when you're cozy, but when you're chiseled. When it's so big it makes your heart race. When it's so divine it shuts down every naysayer. That's the blessing you're earning. Picture a man in San Antonio, 41 vet with scars, mental, physical. PTSD's a beast, jobless, isolated. But he starts small, writing at 4 a.m., 10 minutes raw thoughts. Then a walk. Then a gym session. He scrawls, I'm more than my wounds. He volunteers at a vet center, shares his pain. His voice cracks, but his purpose grows. One day a nonprofit offers a job, peer support, $25,000. It's not just work, it's rebirth. Discipline cracked the door. Faith kicked it open. That's your playbook. Start now. Move. The blessing's waiting. Discipline's your legacy. You're in Birmingham grinding for your bloodline. Your son sees you rise at 5 a.m. pray hustle. He learns. Your daughter sees you eat rejection and keep swinging. She trusts. Your wife sees you refuse to crack. She believes. Your discipline's a torch brighter than words. God's blessing won't just raise you. It'll raise them. It'll burn through generations. That's why you fight. Not for a watch, a whip, a flex. For a story that says he trusted God. He stayed ready. And God came through. Make it count. What's your move? Don't stall. Strike. Get up at 4 a.m. in Pittsburgh. Write your goals clear, vicious, alive. Pray like your soul's on fire. Then act one thing. Call a lead. Lift a weight. Read a page. Doesn't matter how small. Just move. Napoleon Hill said action is the measure of faith. The world's betting you'll fold. Don't. Discipline's your middle finger. It's your proof you're ready for the blessing God's forging. Show him. Show the doubters. Show the mirror you're built for glory. Let's talk failure. You've swallowed it, haven't you? That deal in Dallas that imploded. That job in Portland you fumbled. That vow you broke to yourself, to your family. Failure stings like a blade. But it's not your tomb. It's your forge. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius said, what stands in the way becomes the way. Your failure, your loss, your shame is your way. Discipline turns wounds into wisdom. You fell, stand. You lost, learn. You broke, rebuild. Every scar's a lesson. Every flop's a launch pad for the blessing that's undeniably God. Keep swinging. Why does discipline matter? Because it's your currency with heaven. God's not moved by your tears. He's moved by your tenacity. Picture a man in Minneapolis, 36, laid off from tech. He's got $1,000 left. He could blow it on escape. Instead, he buys a course graphic design nights blurring into dawn. He lands a freelance gig, then a contract $10,000. That's discipline. That's faith. That's God saying you're ready. The blessing's not a raffle. It's a reward for men who show up. Show up. Discipline's your anchor in the hurricane. Life's throwing chaos, debt, divorce demons. You're in Jacksonville staring at a hospital bill $20,000. Your hands shake, but you draft a plan. You call creditors. You take a night gig security 3 a.m. You pray voice hoarse. That's discipline. It's not glamorous. It's godly. It's you telling God I'm ready. And God, He's got a blessing so colossal it'll rewrite your story. It'll hit when you're carved, not when you're crumbling, but when you're colossal. Stay ready. David Goggins says, stay primal. That's not a quip, it's a creed. Stay primal when your body begs for rest. Stay primal when your mind screams surrender. Stay primal when the world laughs at your fire. Discipline's your armor. It's 5 a.m. in Cleveland and you're sprinting through sleet. Every step's a war. Every breath's a win. You're not just running. You're proving you're worthy of the blessing God's holding. Stay primal. The world's tame. You're not. That's why you'll rise when the blessing lands big, bold, undeniably God. Let's end this part with a truth that'll rattle you. Discipline's not optional, it's oxygen. Without it, your dreams choke. Your purpose fades. Your blessing evaporates. But with it, you're a juggernaut. You're in Phoenix 6 a.m., sweat-dripping goals carved, faith blazing. You're not waiting for a miracle. You're crafting one. Every rep, every prayer, every step, it's a beacon to heaven. God's waiting for you to prove you're ready. And when you do, the blessing will hit like a thunderbolt so big, so divine, you'll know it's undeniably God. What's your fight worth? What burns so fierce you'd claw through hell to claim it? It's 4 a.m. in Birmingham and you're standing in a cold garage, breath visible, heart hammering. The world's dead quiet, but your soul's screaming. Keep going. You're not chasing a paycheck. You're chasing a purpose, a reason to rise, a legacy to leave. A blessing's coming so big it'll make your heart stop, so divine it'll silence every doubter. Napoleon Hill said, desire backed by faith knows no limits. Your purpose is that desire, raw, relentless, holy. It's what makes you ready for the blessing that's undeniably God. But will you fight hard enough to hold it? Dig in. The battle's now. Purpose isn't a buzzword. It's a blade. It cuts through despair, doubt, defeat. Picture a man in Memphis 43 staring at a hospital bill, $30,000. His son's sick and his warehouse job's barely scraping by. But he's got a why to show his boy that faith doesn't break. He's up at 5 a.m. praying, driving for a rideshare, saving every dime. His hands shake, but his purpose is steel. One day a passenger offers a lead, a logistics job, $50,000 a year. It's not luck. It's God. Purpose kept him swinging. The blessing hit because he was ready. That's your call. Stay ready. Why does purpose matter? Because it's your lifeline in the storm. Life's a beast, debt, loss, loneliness. Without purpose, you're a leaf in a hurricane. With it, you're a mountain. You're in Indianapolis 37 staring at a rejection email. Your carpentry business pitch shot down. Your mind's growling, quit. That's when purpose roars louder. It's you remembering why you started to build homes for families like yours. It's you thinking of your daughter in Tulsa watching you fight. Purpose isn't selfish. It's sacred. It's who you're fighting for. And God, He's crafting a blessing that'll make skeptics whisper, that's divine. How do you forge purpose? You don't chase it. You carve it. Marcus Aurelius said, what you seek is already within you. What sets your soul on fire? What breaks your heart? What do you want so bad you'd bleed for it? Maybe it's opening a gym in Raleigh for broken men. Maybe it's mentoring kids in Boise to keep them off the streets. Maybe it's starting a podcast in Miami to share your scars. Write it down, one sentence sharp as a razor. I'm here to lift lives. Speak it. Live it. That's how you get ready for God's blessing. Let's get raw. You're lost, aren't you? You're in St. Louis 41 staring at a whiskey bottle. Your career's a graveyard. Your son's drifting away. You don't know who you are anymore. But your purpose, it's not gone. It's buried under your mistakes. Unearth it. Start small. Pray at 4 a.m., voice cracked. Journal your dreams, hand trembling. Walk a block in the rain, heart pounding. These aren't just moves. They're war cries. They're you telling God, I'm ready. Purpose isn't a revelation, it's a rebellion. Choose it. The blessing's waiting on the other side. Purpose demands sacrifice. You can't have it cheap. You're in Phoenix hustling a side gig, but your buddies want you at the bar. Say no. Your phone's buzzing with nonsense reels, drama noise. Silence it. Your bed's begging for another hour. Defy it. David Goggins says you get what you're willing to suffer for. What are you willing to suffer for? A legacy, a family. A testimony that shakes souls. Sacrifice the small for the sacred. Every no to weakness is a yes to God's blessing. Every cut you make clears the path for the divine. Picture this. A man in Chattanooga, 46, ex-cook. His restaurant closed, pandemic crushed it. He's on his sister's couch, pride in pieces. But he's got a purpose, feed his community. He starts small cooking meals for a shelter, 6 a.m. hands raw. He learns grant writing, studies late, heart steady. He prays, God use me. One day a donor steps up, $20,000. A kitchen, a mission, that's purpose, that's God. The blessing hit because he stayed ready, grinding, praying, believing. That's your blueprint. Start small. Stay fierce. Heaven's moving. Why does purpose anchor you? Because it's bigger than your pain. You're in Milwaukee staring at divorce papers. Your wife's gone, your heart's shredded. But your purpose to be the dad your son respects keeps you standing. You're up at 5 a.m. packing his lunch, praying, working. You're exhausted, but you're alive. Why purpose gives you teeth? It makes you fight when others fold. God's blessing isn't just for you, it's for your boy, your neighbors, your legacy. It'll ripple through time, proving God's real. Stay locked in. The blessing's coming. Stoics teach you to own your control. You can't control the diagnosis in Houston. You can't control the layoffs in Seattle. You can't control God's clock. But you control your purpose, your effort, your faith. Napoleon Hill said, "What you believe you achieve." Your purpose is your belief, pure, raw, holy. It's you saying, God, I'm here. When you're here, heaven shifts. The blessing lands not when you're flawless, but when you're faithful. Not when you're comfortable, but when you're committed. It'll hit when you're ready, and it'll be undeniably God. Let's talk about the fight. Purpose isn't soft. It's a brawl. You're in Virginia Beach, 35, single dad. Your daughter's struggling, your job's a grind. But your purpose to show her what a man can do fuels you. You're up at 4 a.m. studying for a certification, praying, coaching her softball team. Your voice is hoarse, but your heart's full. Purpose makes you swing when your body's begging to quit. And God's blessing, it's the reward for staying in the fight. It's coming not when you're polished, but when you're persistent. What's holding you back? Fear, shame. The voice saying you're too broken, that's not God. That's the enemy, and he's terrified of you. Purpose slices through that noise. Picture a man in Columbus, 42, recovering addict. He's been clean 8 months, but the world sees a failure. He sees a mission, save others from his darkness. He starts speaking at recovery groups, 5 a.m., voice shaking. He writes a blog, raw, real. One day a church offers a role counselor $15,000. That's purpose. That's God. The blessing hit because he was ready. You're next. Fight for it. Purpose aligns you with heaven. When you live it, you're not just chasing goals. You're walking God's path. Picture a man in San Antonio, 39, laid off from retail. He's got $1,000 left. He could quit. Instead, he starts a coffee cart, his mom's recipe, bold, soulful. He's out at 4 a.m. brewing, praying. Customers are slow, but he keeps pouring. A local blogger tries his brew. Goes viral. Lines form. That's not chance, it's purpose, it's God. The blessing hit because he was ready, sweating, believing, fighting. That's your story, waiting to break free. David Goggins says your purpose is buried in your pain. You're in pain now, aren't you? In Phoenix, burying a dream. In St. Paul, fighting debt, $10,000. In Raleigh, battling shadows nobody sees. Your purpose is on the other side of that pain. Push through. Bleed for it. Every step through the fire is a step toward God's blessing. It's not easy. It's eternal. It's worth it. Keep moving. The pain's fleeting. The blessing's forever. And when it hits, it'll be so big, so divine, you'll whisper, only God. Let's talk legacy. Your purpose isn't just yours, it's for those who follow. You're in Albuquerque, grinding a second job for your kids' future. You're drained, but your why, giving them a shot you never had, keeps you moving. Your son sees you rise at 4 a.m. pray hustle. He learns. Your daughter sees you eat rejection and keep swinging. She believes. Your purpose is a beacon brighter than words. God's blessing will lift you, but it'll also lift them. It'll burn through generations. That's why you fight. That's why you win. How do you live your purpose? Make it real. Write it one sentence clear as fire. I'm here to build hope for the hopeless. I'm here to raise kids who fear nothing. I'm here to create art that heals. Speak it every dawn. Let it sear your soul. Then act. Small steps, big faith. You're in Tulsa starting a community garden. Nobody shows up. Keep planting. Keep believing. Purpose isn't instant. It's relentless. And God, He's weaving a blessing that'll make your heart explode. Stay ready. Let's talk about the blessing. It's not a car or a corner office. It's peace that floods your veins. It's doors opening that defy math. It's a testimony that shuts down cynics. You're in Memphis 45 recovering from bankruptcy. Your purpose mentoring small businesses keeps you moving. You start free workshops 6 a.m. coffee cold. One day a student lands a deal $75,000. He credits you, offers a stake. That's the blessing. Not just success. Impact. Glory. It's undeniably God. It hit because you were ready, purpose-driven, faith-fueled. Why does God tie the blessing to purpose? Because purpose proves your soul. It shows you're not chasing fame. You're chasing His plan. Napoleon Hill said the mind achieves what it conceives. Your purpose is your vision, pure, fierce, holy. It's you saying, God, I'm all in. When you're all in, heaven moves. The blessing lands not when you're loud, but when you're loyal. Not when you're perfect, but when you're purposeful. It'll hit when you're ready, and it'll be so divine it'll make the world stop. Here's a story. A man in San Diego 38 lost his teaching job. Budget cuts gutted him, savings gone, hope fading. But his purpose inspired kids to dream. He starts tutoring free in a library. He's up at 5 a.m. planning lessons, praying. Word spreads. Parents call. A school offers a contract, $40,000. Then a grant, $20,000 for his program. He's not just teaching. He's transforming. That's purpose. That's God. The blessing hit because he was ready, working, trusting, fighting. Your blessing's next. Are you ready? What's your next move? Don't wait for a vision. Act in faith. You're in Louisville staring at a blank notebook. Your purpose, coaching men to rise, feels far off. Start small. Mentor one guy. Share one story. Pray over it. Every step aligns you with God's plan. Every choice sharpens your purpose. Every sacrifice signals heaven. The blessing's coming, big, bold, undeniable. But it's not for the idle. It's for the warriors, the faithful, the forged. Will you be ready when it lands? Let's wrap this with truth. Your purpose is your fire. It's your bridge to the blessing that's undeniably God. But it demands grit, faith, fight. Here's how you get ready. First, define your purpose, one sentence, clear, burning. Write it, speak it, live it. Second, act daily, small moves, big belief. Run, pray, build. Third, sacrifice comfort, say no to easy, yes to destiny. Fourth, trust God's timing, sow in pain, reap in glory. Fifth, stay faithful through tears, delays, doubts. Sixth, surround yourself with warriors, mentors, not mockers. Seventh, learn from failure, every scar's a lesson. That's the path. That's how you prepare. That's how you stand tall when the blessing hits. You're not here by chance. This moment, this fire in your chest, this call to rise, it's divine. You're in Charlotte 5 a.m. lacing your boots. You're in Seattle praying through pain. You're in Houston writing your dream. You're not done. You're chosen. God's got a blessing with your name on it, big, divine, undeniable. It'll hit when you're ready and it'll change everything. Your story, your family, your world. Keep fighting. Keep believing. Keep living your purpose. The blessing's coming, and when it does, you'll know beyond a doubt it's undeniably God. If you felt something shift while listening, don't ignore it. Like the video, leave your voice in the comments and subscribe to SoulFuel, where courage is sparked and the life you deserve takes shape.